what can we do as individuals to minimize the risk that we face in these kinds of cases? Because we're all subject to it. We all have loved ones that go out and are jogging on a street or end up in a position where their risk level starts to increase. What can we do to help them?
Mike, so this is a situation that's always extremely, when you hear it, it's like, so scary. What you can do is minimize that by, number one, have your cell phone with you, number one. Okay. Number two, if this is probably going to be a familiarity scenario where a suspect like this will lower the victim's what we call situational awareness, kind of just, hey, so-and-so, such and such, good to see you. We've known each other, acquaintance from high school, etc. Okay. So what you want to be aware of in those types of scenarios, if there's a vehicle involved and the suspect pulls a weapon, okay, the advantage is yours, not theirs. You run the opposite direction of that vehicle. You turn around, immediately run the opposite direction. And the reason for that is a suspect have to go through a thought process, okay? What you want to do in any criminal scenario is buy time. Time is the enemy to the perpetrator, okay? The more time you can buy, i.e. running and, zigzag or whatever you do, now this suspect has to think. And when they think, he's got to think to themselves, okay, do I shoot? Do I run? If I shoot, will I get caught? And so what you're doing is you're creating time on your side to escape. That's the first thing. Second thing, if there is a vehicle involved and you run the opposite direction, quickly turn back, see if you can get a look at the license plate and keep going. So you turn the opposite direction and keep going. Okay. And then once you feel you're in a position of safety, okay, you can go. The other thing is if you live out in that kind of rural neighborhoods, have safe zones, have friends, neighbors, places that people that know each other, that that you could run up to their front porch immediately. Okay. But don't trap yourself into what we call a secondary crime scene scenario, where a subject says, get in the car. Okay. Never get in the car, ever. Right, Michael? I mean, don't do it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you 100%, and I'm tracking with you. I mean, the secret is, folks, seriously consider if you give up and just allow that person to control you, your options are diminishing. And the secret is get away as quickly as you can. But more importantly, think ahead. Plan. Is it really safe to run alone? Should I be running alone? Can I run with others? If I am going to run alone, are there better places that I can fit this activity into rather than a quiet country road where I know it's more beautiful, but there are fewer people there? These criminals don't want to be recognized and noticed by anyone else. So think about your environment and really plan ahead and think about what you're going to do. You may even consider telling someone, I'm going for a run, and letting them know what time you're leaving and what time you're coming back, giving them the ability to look at your track and see if it's changed. But above all, just start thinking about what can I do to minimize my risk. And if ever you're feeling weird about a situation, call your local law enforcement agency and say, hey, it's late at night, it's dark, and I'm not comfortable walking to my car until I have somebody here. The kind of counsel that Chris is giving here is so important. Get as much information as you can, but more importantly, rather than put yourself into a position like that where you might have to think quickly on your feet, spend a little time ahead of time thinking about what you could do to mitigate your risk, minimize it before you go out into the activity.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it any better, Michael. That's well done. And I think we should, wrap this up as we always do, in tribute to this young lady. This is such a crazy tragedy, and it's still going on for her family. And, God bless them, and hopefully they get some peace with the justice system coming up here. it's all yours, Michael.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Chris. Thanks to all of you for the support that you give to Profiling Evil. You can go online and you can get this story map and learn a little bit more about this beautiful human being. And let us know through the evidence room if there are cases you'd like us to look into. If there are, we'll try to work them in. And until we see you again, thanks so much. And please
hit
be
that
safe.
subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button.
There you go. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, everybody.